double MBA. I've done once when I did MBA, I thought I couldn't grab much out of it, so decided to do second time MBA after 10 years of completing first MBA.
So, do you remember your first project or first assignment with the organization?
I could just get half of the payment and the entire work was delivered to the client. So till date, I'm waiting for the final payment from the client. So
What were the early days like after starting the organization? What kind of challenges or struggle did you face, and how did you overcome it?
oh, yes. Very nice question. So, struggle and challenges, it's a part of a journey. It's a more male focused team. So, all my developers are majorly, male members. So, it was very difficult to, pass on the instructions or them taking the instructions positively from me. So, soon after we did our Diwali Puja and we were heading towards home and we get a call from the office from our office boy that the entire office is burnt.
Especially in your early days, do you ever feel that it is not working, or let's try something else? If someone from your organization comes to you that, hey, I would like to start my own venture,
Yeah.
then how would you help him?
Oh wow, amazing. I would love it first of all
Mhm.
because creating a difference in somebody's life where someone who's working with us at present and plans to do something of his or her own
Mhm.
is, I think, I would consider that as my success.
Hello, friends. I'm Rahul, and you're watching Mera Rukh. I welcome you all to our inspirational series, Startup Gyan from an Entrepreneur. Today, on the other side of the screen, you can see Deepti Shukla. She is the CEO of Tecpinion, a well-known organization in central India that provides its client with high-end, sustainable, customized, and user-friendly software solution and services. Deepti has been a brilliant student since her school days. She completed her post-graduation in business administration and executive diploma in human resource from a reputed institutions like XLRI Jamshedpur. In her personal time, she loves reading books. She began her career at Fortune 500 company and over 13 years rose to head the entire HR division. Dipti is a born leader and a visionary person. That's why she couldn't confine herself to the limited scope of the job and went on to start her own company. Today, her company has an excellent reputation and collaboration with renowned clients worldwide. Dipti, we sincerely thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule and join these discussions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rahul. In fact, I am honored and glad that you could count me into this your series of Startup Gyan as one of the person who's capable of coming on board and sharing thoughts about what my journey has been till now, the entrepreneur journey till now. Thank you for inviting me, Rahul.
Okay. So, Dipti, as I shared some of your introduction, but I would love to something to hear from you about your education, hobbies, and what was your initial journey, your school days, college. If you can share a bit, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. So, Rahul, I basically come from a very small city of Madhya Pradesh. So,
Right.
I'm born and brought up in Mandsaur, which is like close to Ratlam, or now we can say close to Indore as well. So, that's a place where I've been born, and I did my schooling from Mandsaur. And as far as my latest education is concerned, I am double MBA. I've done once when I did MBA, I thought I couldn't grab much out of it, so decided to do second time MBA after 10 years of completing first MBA. And then there was a time in my career where I felt that probably the family needs more time after having my daughter. So then I went in and did my B.Ed also. But since I think IT has been very close to my heart right from the beginning, so I couldn't change my career. I didn't have the courage to change from IT to education field. And I am pursuing PhD as of now. Employee retention is my topic. So
Wonderful.
yeah, so this is all about my education, I guess, till now. And As far as hobbies is concerned, at present, I'll be very honest with you. At present, I have no hobby that I'm pursuing day by day because I know it's not good to say that I don't have time, but then somewhere I think right now I'm struggling with work and personal life and all. So there are a lot of things going together because of which, as of now, there is nothing that I do on an everyday basis. But yes, I've started loving to walk. I've started focusing on my health. So that's one thing where I've started keeping my health as a point of priority over anything else. So yes, that is something that a new recent addition to my routine.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Dipti, now I would really like to ask about your company. What products or services do you offer, and how does it stand out from others?
Yeah, sure. So, Tecpinion, we are an iGaming development studio.
Okay,
So we have developed a product called a sportsbook platform. And how is different from others is because it is completely scalable and 100% customizable as per the requirement of the client.
okay,
So we also experience and expertise in building real casinos and sweepstakes and online casinos, crash games. So our expertise is into completely iGaming domain, and since it's 100% customizable, so that's how it stands out from the other products that you see in the market.
right.
Yeah.
So, I think we all know our first things, like maybe our first cycle, or maybe our first car, first bike, or whatever XYZ first, right? So, do you remember your first project or first assignment with the organization?
Yes, I do. I do. I remember my first project. Rahul, we have worked together, so I know that you know me very well that I come from a non technical background.
Right.
I have always been a people's person. So, in fact, acquiring first project on myself was an achievement, of course, and I did it successfully within I think 2.5 months of time when
Okay.
I yeah so when the Tecpinion was born, and but I would not mind admitting here that. I don't know, but then I couldn't. It wasn't a big success. There were two partners, and the project was from USA, and I could just get half of the payment, and the entire work was delivered to the client. So till date, I'm waiting for the final payment from the client. So, so that was the first project that so I can never forget it because I had put my soul and sweat into it to get it completed, and but that's how it ended up. So yeah, so it
Right.
was a model. It was a prediction based model which client wanted us to make 6 years back now in 2019. So it was
Okay,
interesting.
wonderful. It's a very nice and funny thing, and I think we learn how we work. We learn from our mistake and we rectify it and we move on. So
Hmm.
as you said that it's been around 5 6 years, right? So
Yes.
what were the early days like after starting the organization? What kind of challenges or struggle did you face, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, yes. Very nice question. So, struggle and challenges, it's a part of a journey. It has
Right.
to come. And I would not deny the fact that even, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when Tecpinion will be known to more people than it is right now, still
Mm,
we would be going through this phase. But then, yes, being a women entrepreneur, especially in the state that we belong to, it's not easy, Rahul. I mean, I've
mm,
seen, so that has been my first challenge or a struggle that I have faced because the team that I have, uh, so it's more male focused team. So all my developers are majorly, male members. So it was very difficult to, pass on the instructions or them taking the instructions positively from me, and that was one biggest challenge that I have initially faced. And Otherwise, there were two instances. I don't know whether you would say that it was a struggle or whether it was a challenge. But then, yes, two setbacks that we have gone through, major setbacks. So, we started Tecpinion in later 2019. And as soon as we started, and 2 months of being, the Tecpinion was born, and the COVID breakout happened. So a lot of clients just ghosted out. Till date, there
Mm.
is no information. And
Mm.
somehow we, because the team was hired already, we didn't know what is coming up, what's there on the way. So the team was hired, people were on board, and suddenly after 2 months of starting, that's what happened, which was again a national international crisis. I would not say it was just a tech period which was faced the setback. A lot of companies
Right.
like us have gone through it. But then, yes, since because just we started, it was a first step that we were taking towards the uh, our dream or the plan that was talked out, the vision that we had for a year or so. So it completely was upside down. So that was one thing. Then secondly, I think 2 years back. So Diwali is one of the major festival in India.
Right.
So soon after we did our Diwali puja and we were heading towards home, and we get a call from the office from our office boy that the entire office is burnt.
Oh.
Yes, so we were all in ashes, completely everything. We were not left with anything. All the servers, machines, chairs, tables, ACs, everything was burned. So there was nothing that was left. So I would say that actually the Technion started its operation from 2022 post Diwali. We didn't know next day where
Mm.
we would tell our team to come and where would they sit, because everything was burned. So
So,
that
what
Diwali,
was the reason for that fire? Have you identified that?
yeah, because we were told that it was short circuit, but
Okay.
the reason is unidentifiable till now, because short circuit, I guess, is the easiest reason to give. And
Mm.
since it was in a co-working space, so the property owners were responsible for what had happened. But it was our area which was totally burned. So I till
Okay.
date reason we don't know the exact reason, but then yes, we were told that it was a short circuit that happened. But then yes, so 2019 this happened, then 2022 Diwali this happened. So I can never forget the date. It was 24th of October 2022. So these were the two challenges that we have faced till now. Otherwise, from work point of view, everything is great.
Wonderful. That's good. And I think it's the beauty of the life and the journey that all the hurdles all comes to you, and you face it. You learn from it, and then you move on. So
Exactly.
that's the beauty. But you mentioned one thing here, that your organization is a male dominant organization at the moment, and
Yes.
so as we have seen that this is the same case in our society also.
Correct.
But
Correct.
in your organization, have you ever feel like people are not that friendly by taking instruction or your inputs, that
Yes.
any male ego kind of thing, something you have experienced?
Oh, yes. So that's what I said. That this was the challenge that I had faced in my initial days,
Mm.
because people had apprehension in listening to me, that why and like who she, and since my co-founders were male, so they were more comfortable speaking and listening to them than speaking to me. So yeah, I have gone through that, and everybody is different. So probably, I think I have to fight this out, because I have to identify a way by which I can deal with each person in a different way, where I should understand that how this person is able to take my instructions in what way, because one size does not fit all is a strategy that I've seen works with people.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I have gone through it, and this is still a case in some cases, not every time, but yes, it's been years now that the team. We are all working together, and that's what I mean. Like, the attrition is really low. So now, since we are together for many years, so now they've understood that it's not about a male and a female. It's more about what information should be passed on from whom and how it has to be
Absolutely.
taken. Yes,
Absolutely. And I was about to say that it is not about male or female, it is about human to human. So
exactly.
exactly when and may it be in a professional life, or may it be in your family, or may it be in your friend circle, it is human to human, not male or female. So if
Absolutely
so if people think of that way, then I think the basic problem would not arrive.
correct.
Right. So, Dipti, you mentioned about the struggle thing also, and what kind of difficulties you have faced. So, especially in your early days, do you ever feel that it is not working, or let's try something else?
No, Rahul, I don't think so. I ever had that feeling.
Mm.
There were tough times that I've gone through because my co-founders also joined me a year back only. It was me who was doing everything alone. So, but I never had this feeling that it's the time to shut this down and do something else, because
Mm.
I always had this intent of doing something of my own, and I only know this the best that I can do. So when I know this is something where I can whatever I've learned till date, I can put it and get something beautiful out of it.
Mm.
So there was no point of having this feeling. So not even for once, even when the second crisis happened with us. So I was like, okay, in 24 hours we need to find new office. But team, when they return back from Diwali holidays, they should know where they are supposed to come. So this spark has always been there. So never ever I had this negative feeling of shutting this down and doing something. Never.
I think to run a startup, to run a new business, you really have to be in a different thought process, different shoes, and a different mindset altogether.
True.
Because it's not like never a 9 to 5 job. It is
Exactly.
entrepreneurship is a 24 hours job,
True.
and
Absolutely.
you have to be passionate. You have to be very enthusiastic.
Absolutely.
Otherwise you won't be able to do the justice with the entrepreneurship and the ventures you are running
Absolutely.
in.
I agree.
So
100%.
absolutely. So Dipti, the two things you mentioned, one, the of course the fire, and the other thing. Apart from that, what was the toughest phase in the last 6 years?
Toughest phase in the last 6 years? Okay. There are a lot of events that happens, Rahul, and they are all
Hmm.
internationally happening. So nothing in iGaming that happens in India, since it's not legalized everywhere.
Right.
So there are a lot of conferences that happen. So initially when we started, so every time there was a temptation to go and attend the conferences. But generating money in euros and dollars was a big task then. So
Hmm.
and you can't attend conferences until unless you're able to survive in a country like US and UK for 7 days, 10 days, where that when you change $1 into INR, what it becomes.
Right.
So initially that was one phase, I guess, where we wanted to do a lot of networking. A lot of our clients wanted us to meet them in person, and so this, I mean, having, because we are bootstrapped, we are not funded.
Okay.
Whatever savings or whatever we had till date, we have utilized that in building a Tecpinion. So
Hmm.
since we're totally bootstrapped, so this was one challenge that we now again spending something on a conference when you treat your clients with dinners and drinks when you go and meet them in their own country and all. So this was something that was a big challenge initially. So companies that are funded, they can actually well plan always. They can have a 5 year
Right.
project plans and all, wherein they can always have these conferences and events in between their projection plans and all. So this was one thing. Otherwise, there was no major challenge as such, because all of us come with experience. We are not budding entrepreneurs anymore. We are not somebody who just completed our MPAs and Bs and then we started. No, after let's say 10 plus years of experience, this is when we gave a thought that no, this we are now ready to do something of our own. We know what is on the other side of the table. So otherwise, all other challenges were quite easy to, we were able to get through.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially from the human resource background. So it is in your blood. So Dipti, right. So Dipti, the major thing your organization is offering is the iGaming solution, is the betting solution, if I'm not wrong, right? So these things are in major part of the world, especially in US also, in India also, and in other part of the world
Correct.
is
Correct.
slightly going in the direction that countries are either stopping it or applying any restrictions or ban or any strict compliances. So how you are handling it?
Okay, so there is no ban as such. What you have to
Mm,
do nowadays is that the government is little strict with the companies that you've just talked about. So you need
mm,
to apply for the certification as soon as your product is up. If you really want to
okay,
work in a legalized market and you don't want to end up being in a trouble at the end of having your product created. So it's all about the certification. Let's say you get your product done from us, and then client applies for the certification, which is again a long process of around 3 to 6 months. Depends on
okay,
which country they are applying for the license for.
mm,
So there are a few licenses like UKGC is one of the biggest license that a lot of our clients, they after getting the product done they have applied for it. So or let's say they are in process of it. So there is nothing like ban, I would say. No,
okay.
no. So it's all about getting your product licensed and certified by the government of your country so that now you can work as a registered and a licensed entrepreneur in your place. Yeah.
But yes, certainly there are more compliances, there are more rules
Of
if we
course.
compare it today with last 10 years, 5 years ago, right?
So 10 years there was nothing like this.
Mm,
10 years ago there was nothing like iGaming and all. So there was only fantasy sports which existed.
right. Fantasy sports
And
was there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was all about the little games that were online and all. So now it is more about there is a big change, Rahul. So if you talk about 10 years back, there was nothing like this. So there is no comparison. There is the comparison between apple and an orange, which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, are you satisfied that where you are today in your business, or do you feel that you are still behind your target which you have thought of?
It's always good to push boundaries.
Right,
So as soon as we get closer to the target that we have decided at the beginning of the year, we start, we stretch it a little more. So every time, so the word satisfied, I use it probably after 10 years. So after 10 years, when you interview me again, I'll come and tell you I'm satisfied now. I'm done. So
wonderful.
as of
Hmm.
now, work-wise, of course, we're very happy and we're doing well. But then, as far as targets and all this is concerned, like how I told you that as soon as you're closer to achieving it,
Hmm.
you push your
Hmm.
boundaries again. That okay, let's do it. Let's change the target of the quarter, and so we will keep pushing ourselves. So satisfied, yes, I'm very content with what I am doing today, but then there is a lot more to achieve.
Right.
We've just
So
started.
to right. So picking your answer and to ask a follow-up question here. Now the things are good personally and professionally. So what are your next plan or next leap for 5 years? What are
Okay,
you thinking?
okay, very good question, Rahul. So next 5 years, I feel like I used to ask this question to a lot of people when I used to interview. That what do you think down the line, 2 years, 5 years? Today, when you're asking me, I have this goosebumps. So yes, we plan to have office in UK soon or Europe. So
Okay.
that's what is a major plan for us. Where so there are certain things and process and paperwork that's going parallelly. So that is one major outbreak. I think it's a news because this is what we plan to do, and it's going to take time because it's not easy. It's not
Hmm.
easy to have. presence in a country where none of you reside, or where you have like there is nothing that we can. I mean, it has to be something which we start again from scratch.
Right.
So we
Right.
do plan to have the presence of Tecpinion internationally, especially Europe, since our major client base is there as of now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how are you using your knowledge and insights you have gained from your startup journey and help and shape new young entrepreneurs in launch their venture? Agar,
Uh,
if someone from your organization comes to you that, hey, I would like to start my own venture,
yeah.
then how would you help him?
Oh wow, amazing. I would love it first of all,
Mhm.
because creating a difference in somebody's life where someone who's working with us at present and plans to do something of his or her own
Mhm.
is, I think, I would consider that as my success.
Wonderful.
That is technical success, that we were able to shape that person's life in a way where he or she had a thought that, yes, I can do something of my own. So yes, of course, I mean, till date, I don't think so anybody has come to me and asked me directly that how can you help me. So from HR point of view, I've done it. I've done a lot of assignments individually for a lot of companies in Indore, outside Indore. I mean, I would actually say within India. Sitting here in Indore, also I've worked and developed lot of organization, the HR department for many, many organizations. But then as far as the entrepreneurship is concerned, um, I think the way you've been interviewing me, there are a lot of other podcasts that I've done earlier. So I don't know if people are going through it, and so that's how we get connected over majorly LinkedIn. And then they would come and ask me, and then 30 minutes of a call, an hour of a call, and then it would gradually turn into a mentorship. And so it all depends on what kind, because entrepreneurship has nothing to do with what industry you are in. It's all about this, that what mindset do you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how it begins. Like, the interviews would go online, and then people would see it, they would get in touch. And then the program automatically turns from one on one interaction to mentorship of the core team that they want to have within the new the company that they want to form. So this is how it has been. I definitely cannot name, but then yes.
Wonderful. It's really good to know that you are already doing it. So to follow up to that question, what message would you like to give to young and enthusiastic entrepreneurs who are looking to start something today?
Oh yeah, right. Okay. What I feel is, Rahul, taking right decision at right time is very important. I have
Absolutely.
felt, yeah, because there is something in your mind, or there is something that you're going through, but you're not able to take decision out of lot of circumstances that one is in. So a lot of times there are people around you where you feel that you don't want to lose them, so you keep on taking whatever negative, or let's say something that's not working for you, but still out of fear you don't want to do something that would disturb the entire workspace. So taking decisions at the right point of time is first message I think I would like to give to any entrepreneur. And the risk will be the risk is involved when you do this.
Right.
It cannot be something which is very well thought of, because a lot of times such decisions would be the decisions that you have to take instantly. Yeah. एंड देन हमारी हिंदी में कहावत है, वो कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते माँ फलेषु कदाचन. Forget about what you're going to get
Right.
out of it. Do few things only for humanity. Do things for people. Forget about what you're going to get. If you have good intentions, right intentions, I am sure everything is going to fall in place. So these are two things I think, if one is able to understand the importance of time, importance of decision making at the right time, then it will help. And of course, don't do things because there is something in return that you are expecting. Sometimes do things without having in mind that what benefit will it give you in terms of money or things. If God has gifted you with uh, things that a lot of people may not have, Just go ahead and do it. You'll be blessed with a lot of good things in your, future. So just do it. So these are two messages.
Absolutely,
Very simple. Yeah.
absolutely. Very, very rightly said, Dipti. And I think the consistency is also very important because
Very.
nowadays, young people, young students, or they are trying to do something at their own. They start something and they are very impatient.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
they really want that result like this, but
Correct.
it is not the case. You
Yeah.
have to give the sufficient and required time to the process. Uh, if you give that time, then you would get the fruit out of it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, right?
Consistency, yes.
Otherwise, you won't be get a good and desired result which you really want. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dipti,
You have to stick. You have to stick to the purpose. You can't
absolutely.
give up on the purpose soon. So you should, and then there should be a time limitation also, I guess, that should be decided with the purpose. Because a lot of times, then you lose on time when you could have done it. So I absolutely agree with you that yes, consistency is very important.
Absolutely. So, Dipti, it was a wonderful discussion with you, and you shared a lot of good insights, your views, your opinion, your journey, and especially the bounce back which you and your organization did. It was really commendable to learn and to hear and all the things. I wish you and your organization best of luck and best wishes for the entire journey and the upcoming future projects and all those things. So
Thank you.
thank you very much for your time, and we'll try to connect again in future
Sure.
with some more interesting topics.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
I would look forward to that. And thank you for having me here. And I wish you luck with this new thing that you've started. You have been one that person who expresses thoughts so well that this is something you should have done. And this is the right time when you've picked it up. I'm so happy for you. Good luck to
Thank
you.
you.